What's this? Lionheart? That's right, folks. I had a chance to get together and play a game with Lionheart last weekend, and he put one up on his channel, and I needed to put one up as well. So, I was pretty excited to get a chance to play a game against him. We did it on this Altdorf Adventures map, which you all seen on my channel before. He hadn't played a battle on it, though, and I wanted to do one there with him. So, I've got a interestingly themed army here. I've got Volkmar here to help me cleanse Altdorf, the Adventures map, at least of the undead. He's on his pimp wagon here. There's some great swords and flagellants because, of course, I'm Volkmar, and I've got these free company militia as well, who are going to be serving me well, knowing that we're up against a lot of vampires. Look at the ambience of this map. Absolutely beautiful. This map thing is like one of the greatest things to ever happen. So excited about it. Look at these free company militia. They were like, yeah, we're feeling tough, until we saw this coming our way. That would be a Terrorgeist, along with a bunch of Cryptors. So they're like, yeah, we're going to go back here and try and get some support from these fellow blokes here. So Lionheart's working the flanks here. He's got this unit of Vargeist hiding behind whatever this is, cheese, butter, something. Yeah, so they're hiding behind it. And then he's got the Chillgeist chilling out behind this bottle of, let's assume that it's a high alcoholic content beverage. And let's see, he's got the Claw of Nagash, a Necromancer over here. That Necromancer does have Wind of Death on it. And then his lord, though, is Vlad von Carstein, who's soon to be getting his date with Isabella. It looks like Total War is doing very well in the Make War Not Love contest. Hopefully we'll win that and get some free Isabella DLC. Check out Vlad here. He ain't happy, and his sword is really stinky or really green. One of the two. So over here we get an initial skirmish going. His Devils of Schwarzhofen here dive bombed into my free company militia, but I'm going to push him back. I had some Demigryph Knights standing by, and I meant to pick the ones with halberds, so clearly that was a mistake. Ha! Neither one of them have halberds. How about that for a mistake? I picked the wrong Demigryph Knights. That's unfortunate for me, but they'll still be a pretty good unit. Volkmar, so he has some interesting abilities. He does have a, I gave him all of his abilities here, which includes Banishment, which is a vortex spell. You don't see that often. He's got Grand Soulfire, Grand Shield of Face, which is damage resistance, this Prayer of Sigmar, or Grand Hammer of Sigmar, and it has a lot of good effects through here, basically. So, lots of good stuff. Volkmar has regeneration, too, and then I brought a Lore of Shadows, so a Grey Wizard. So I was trying to do things a little bit different here. I brought this Grey Wizard. This guy looks awesome, does he not? And then in this map, it just looks that much cooler too. So this map has some features. The main choke points right here. Lionheart's obviously trying to look for options to break through because I have ranged, and you know, he can't just completely sit back. The vampires are an aggressive faction. Over here, he's going to push forward with some Black Knights. My free company militia won't do a whole lot to them because they're not armor piercing. Here comes the Vargeist back in after my free company. This is going to give my Demigryph Knights a chance to get in here, and despite not having halberds, they're still going to do quite the number on those Vargeist. But halberds would have been a huge benefit to me here. So Lionheart's trying to get through here, and if you'll notice what he's doing, he's trying to line up a Winds of Death, and I didn't realize this immediately, but that's what he's doing with the Necromancer. And look, he's got a perfect line right here. I saw it at the last second. Some of these swordsmen get killed, but I managed to save my sword line from what would have been certain destruction. So, very cheeky move there by Lionheart, and it darn near cost me the battle. But I would manage to see it at just the last second and dodge my swordsman out of the way. Like I said, very nearly was completely devastating. The Vargulf's going to come forward, get shot up a little bit by Sterlin's Revenge. I'm going to use my Flagellants, because they're unbreakable, to kind of hold down this hole here and to take the charges so that my great swords can get the work done that they need to do. Whoa, went under the map. Meanwhile, these guys over here, I'm just trying to keep his flank honest, and if he doesn't pay attention to this flank, I'll bring it around behind him. Meanwhile, I'm fighting off Chillgeist, a Necromancer who's helping all these units around here to heal. He's providing significant healing to them, in fact. So I have to watch out. He's got an Unholy Lodestone over here, I think, for the Necromancer. The Claw of Nagash comes in. This is a problem. I need to get rid of that thing. And then, boom! Right when his units were all blobbed up in one spot, I hit him with the Pit of Shades. This was definitely part of my plan. He had a bunch of Graveguard. I knew that Pit of Shades would do an immense amount of damage to his infantry there. And indeed, it was not a bad pit. I got 80 kills out of it with the Grey Wizard. So I would say that that was definitely successful. Wrecked some Graveguard. His Vargulf is crumbling a little. I'm going to go ahead and come around behind him with this flanking. He still has the Terrorgeist, and he still has the Cryptors. And on this flank over here, I'm still trying to fight off all these units. The Necromancer's still alive. I've got the Witch Hunter working on the Necromancer. I put an accusation on him, but he's healing, and I'm trying to get the Witch Hunter in a position to shoot at him, because this line of sight was blocked. Yes, I did a Witch Hunter, Grey Wizard. It's an odd combination, right? But I figured it'd be a fun matchup versus vampires to kind of have like the shadowy figures of the Empire there to fight off the creatures of the night from the vampires. I've brought Volkmar in, and Volkmar is going to go ahead and start fighting here. He'll be pretty good as long as he doesn't run out of health. Vlad is going to be difficult for me to kill, and I need to get rid of this Claw of Nagash because it's just tearing hit points away from my units at probably a fairly alarming pace. But I have nothing to hit it with right now. These Demigryph Knights are trying to fight off a Terrorgeist, and again, since they didn't have halberds, it slows their effectiveness, though it does make them quite good versus infantry. The Chillgeist are going to wrap around and come after me. Though on this flank, there's just a few zombies left, and I'm able to bring my Witch Hunter back over here, and I need to try and focus on Vlad or the Terrorgeist or something. My Demigryph Knights are kind of getting wrecked over here, and like I said, the Claw of Nagash is a problem. It's gotten 47 kills in climbing. It's not good. We need to get rid of that thing. So I got these Demigryph Knights. I'm going to come in and start seeing what I can do. I still have some healthy greatswords, fortunately, and I see that these Black Knights and these Chillgeist are coming in from behind. This is going to be a problem. And I know that magic damage is the best to use against them, but I don't have a ton of magic damage lined up. I'm using Arcane Conduit to build up some more with my Sorcerer. And you can see I'm trying to get the Witch Hunter lined up to take shots at Vlad. So it's kind of hard to get a focus on him, but the Witch Hunter's trying to get Vlad. I'm going to bring in the Demigryph Knights, just try and hammer away at Vlad and the Mortis Engine. So I've got a few units here who can also help bring them back. Volkmar is just kind of running amok and doing his best to disrupt the center of this fight. Alright, so yeah, the Witch Hunter's getting occasional shots, and I get, he's going to do a Dance Macabre here. So it's a pretty desperate fight right now. I've got to kill the Claw of Nagash, and I'm starting to get a lot of damage done to the Claw, but it has done a lot of damage to me. It's got 80 kills. And then watch this. I knew that the Chillgeist were vulnerable to magic damage, so I dropped a Banishment right on top of them. I knew it wouldn't stay there for long, but I figured, hey, at least this can chew off a few of their hit points. And it does decent work for me. Instead of just going like off in some direction, it actually caused a significant amount of damage to the Chillgeist. So that worked out good. I knew they would be weak to magic. Now, it got my own guys a lot, too. So there was ups and downs to that. See, I have some routing units kind of heading off over here. It's a pretty desperate fight. I got Volkmar on his Pimp Wagon, trying to take down Vlad. The Claw of Nagash is dropped, so that's good for me, and I've got a lot of great swords left, and these guys can help bog down Vlad and some of the remaining vampire units. Unfortunately, they have armor piercing. I'm trying to keep Volkmar out of Vlad's reach here. It's not going great for me. He's got the Master of Beguilement on me right now. He's going to spawn some zombies and make it harder for me to get away from here. Witch Hunter's right up in the middle of this, and you better believe that every time I get the accusation, I'm trying to use it. I get some units that start to pile up here that can come back from routing, but I don't notice them right away. And it is a very close fight at this point. Very close fight. Lionheart and I are matched up pretty evenly at the moment. I've got to get rid of Vlad, which is going to be difficult. He's got some terror-inducing units back here in the Chillgeist, Cryptors, and others. The Chillgeist slow down on my guys, too. So that's definitely not a good thing for me. And he's got the Terrorgeist, which you better believe the Terrorgeist induces terror. My Grey Wizard is still alive, and I'm throwing all of my units against Vlad right now. Witch Hunter, Grey Wizard, Volkmar. I'm trying to get all of these guys in there. Now, Volkmar causes magic damage, so he'll do okay versus the Chillgeist. There's still a Necromancer, which, again, the vampires are getting healing from these units, and it's a very difficult position for me. But Vlad's out of healing at this point. He's starting to go down, and I'm at this point like, yes, just kill Vlad, please kill Vlad. You can see him, Vlad is attempting to get away here, but he's going to get stuck. He's not going to make it. But at the same time, there's a Terrorgeist and other units. Look at Vlad pushing everybody around. He's now crumbling. Yeah, there goes Vladdy Daddy. the undead becomes dead. And I've got Volkmar, and he's kind of pulling away from the fight here, and Lionheart's realizing that he needs to kill him. I don't know why I dropped that bombardment at that moment. And I've got the Grand Hammer of Sigmar on. That was definitely a mistake. So the chill guys don't concern me. They'll get decimated. Here comes another banishment. Doesn't end up doing a whole lot. I knew it wouldn't, but got to drop something. Got to try something. Still got the Grey Wizard, and I'm hoping he's got some. I think he's got like the Enfeebling Foe. Something that may help me there. So Volkmar is going to get the crap shredded out of him by this Terrorgeist. But I did get an accusation in with the Witch Hunter in a very timely moment here. But the Terrorgeist is really tearing up Volkmar. And Volkmar does have regen, but he's getting killed faster than he can heal. And I've got the Witch Hunter firing away at the Terrorgeist, but the Terrorgeist and the Crypt Horrors are winning the fight very, very quickly. And Volkmar's poisoned because of it as well. The Necromancer, on the other hand, is not going to be in good shape trying to take down all these great swords. He's not going to be able to do a lot of fighting. Volkmar is attempting to escape. He's like full speed on the Pimp Wagon, folks, full speed. Using everything I can here to try and keep him alive. All the buffs I can get, bombardments, anything. It's not going to be enough. I had all these units here, though, that regrouped, and I didn't even notice. I could have driven Volkmar back into them and potentially saved him, especially with the Demigryph Knights. But, nevertheless, Volkmar is going to have the same fate as Vlad, essentially, being killed by his enemies. But his ride looks so good. Yeah, it still looks good. We can salvage it later. Once we roll Volkmar's rotten corpse out of the way, we can salvage that Pimp Wagon. Still got my Grey Wizard. We take out the Necromancer, and that's going to be the killer blow to the vampires. When they lost that Necromancer, it was over, and now just a few unbreakable zombies stand between me and certain success here. It says the Necromancer's dead. Looks alive to me. Look at this. This happened to me before in another battle. Remember that? The Necromancer routed. Are these guys getting healed by him? I can't tell. Did the Necromancer... Yeah, I think it finally dropped. So that was kind of weird. Anyway, these zombies are going to get wrecked now. It's all over. So very nice fight between Lionheart and I. I had a lot of fun on this one. Cool custom map. You can see the bloody nature of this battle. Basically, everybody went home dead. The vampires, of course, went from being undead back to dead. But it was good times. Good times had by all. Thank you, Lionheart, for the game. If y'all want to go check out Lionheart's channel, I don't know how you wouldn't have seen it by now, but if you do want to go check it out, I've got it linked. He does a lot of fun videos, lots of variety, lots of Total War. Overall, great guy, so highly recommend dropping by his channel. Appreciate the games. Hopefully I'll get to spend some time with them more often. We'll see. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. And hey, if you want to help me, remember, I'm trying to push to 200,000 subscribers this week so that I can do that special with you all this Saturday, do some of the giveaways, and just have a great live stream with you. So help me out on that. HeirofCarthage signing out for now.